And I want to say to the people in Crumston Bay, Crumston down behind by the airport there, I want to thank you all for accommodating us. I want to thank those who moved and gave way for development for Tobago. I want to thank you all for making us proud as Tobagonians, because the development of the airport will not just benefit me and you, it will benefit your children to come. And for those who haven't moved yet and who is at the negotiation table, I stand with you all. I want to start off tonight by saying democracy is not just the right to vote, but the right for us to live in dignity. I stand here tonight as a standard bearer of the People's National Movement. I stand here proud, a proud son of the soil of Canaan, Bonaccord, Crown Point. I'm leaving out the Canaan weight. I'm giving it away. Tonight I will officially give it away. I stand here proud as a member among some individuals who were selected through a stringent process, a transparent process, a rigorous process. And those persons were chosen after a long, drawn-out screening. It was not easy being screened. They asking me things I even didn't know. And they asking me things that I forgot. But you have to stand scrutiny to be a part of the People's National Movement. One of the benchmarks of the People's National Movement is morality in public affairs. So you can't be a conman or be exalted in banditry and want to be a candidate for the People's National Movement. No. You have no space here for you. The PNM is led by a good woman. And I want you all to say, Tracy is a good woman. I ain't hearing no man. You get food there. All the talk hard. I want you all to say after 4, 3, 4, Tracy is a good woman. I ain't satisfied, man. I want one more. Give me one more. Give me one more. Let me bring my voices together, man. I want you to say tonight, Tracy is a good woman. Thank you. Tracy is stable-minded. Tracy is a team player. Tracy has great leadership skills. Tracy is honest and royal. And in the Bible, we would just say she's a virtuous woman. That is the leader that we have now, our political leader, Tracy Davidson. So I officially welcome you to Bonaccord and Crown Point. And I want to speak a little about Clarence, because you know, a lot of people just saying Clarence, son of Roy Jacob, Clarence, supermarket, Clarence fishing. Clarence Jacob was brought up by two unique individuals, by Roy Jacob and Natalie Jacob. My parents are in the midst here. I'm the son of those two individuals, and I could say tonight safely, my father is a man of order and respect. He always tell me, manners make it man, woman and child. And he said, early to bed, early to rise, make you healthy, wealthy and wise. And these are the attributes, the things that are instilled in me. I am a father of one beautiful daughter. If you see, you could identify she by the nose, you know. You can't, Jacob knows that Jacob head. You can't get into Tobago so easy, you know. And I name her Clarice. So my father is Roy Clarence Jacob. I'm Clarence Roy Jacob. And I have a daughter, so her name is Clarice. I'm a groundsman. I'm a community man. I'm an honest man. I'm a man with dignity. I ain't afraid nobody and their old talk, because talk cheap. I'm going to give you evidence of my leadership in the last 4, because I got plenty things to talk about, you know. Plenty things. And you want to ask the question, why I chose the People's National Movement. The People's National Movement is a party with structure. And there are political parties, you don't know who is the head, from who is the waist, from who is the shoulder. This party has structure. And this party is a party that I am happy to be a part. I ain't ashamed. My father used to say, I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Well, I am not ashamed to be a PNM as well. I want to say tonight, I was given the opportunity in 2001. And I don't want to say I was one of the first persons to receive a scholarship from the People's National Movement, this same administration under the stewardship of Mr. Orville London. I went to Cuba. They tell me I have 1 week to make up my mind. I spoke to my father. He said, boy, there are 4 things that come not back. And he tell me one is the neglected opportunity. So he said, boy, go on. Spread your wings. If you don't like it, come back home. And I was able to go to Cuba and enhance my knowledge in physical education and sport. And I don't know if the People's National Movement and the administration had a plan for me, because they sent me as a representative from Tobago to go to Cuba. And 20 years after, not 20 years, you could say, 20 years after, I am here representing the people of Bonaccord and Crown Point. So maybe it was a plan. And I want to tell you, when I went to Cuba, I had a lot of experiences. And I want to say to the political leader and the people of Bonaccord and Crown Point, and by extension, you have a man of class. Because when I went to Cuba, it's como estas, como anda. And I'm studying, boy, what these people really saying? But today, you have a man who could speak Spanish fluently. I want to say tonight to the People's National Movement and all of Tobago, yo puedo hablar español. El mejor miembro para Tobago es el Movimiento Nacional de la Gente. I just say the best party for Tobago is the People's National Movement. So you have a man with skill sets and class. And I want to say tonight, a lot of us are forgetting. The PNM has been doing a lot for Tobago. And I want to send some people by Ferreira's Optical and by the next place up to Mistress or wherever the place to check the eyes. Because like they're not seeing properly. I want to say, when you watch at the Heritage Park, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, I want you all to throw your minds back. When we had bantering and fighting down in Pigeon Point, and we couldn't go in Pigeon Point, and they're telling you can't go in Pigeon Point, and they're blocking the gates and security, there was an individual who lost his life in Pigeon Point. All you remember that? And under this administration, headed by Orville London, he negotiated for us. He had conversations with the owners, and he purchased the Heritage Park, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, whereby we could enjoy now. Now we're getting weddings, we're getting functions, all they get free Sunday, and that was not done under another administration. This said administration. So we are making things better for people in Tobago and by extension visitors. And I talk about the beach facilities, you talk about the community center. How much community centers we have in Tobago? How much football fields we have in Tobago? We have new hospital, we have fire station, we have a lot of things going on. And I want to say something tonight. Don't be fooled by persons who come with all kind of old talk and dotish talk. We have the opportunity now, and we will deal with it. And I want to say to the people in Crumston Bay, Crumston down behind by the airport there, I want to thank you all for accommodating us. I want to thank those who moved and gave way for development for Tobago. I want to thank you all for making us proud as Tobagonians, because the development of the airport will not just benefit me and you, it will benefit your children, children, children to come. And for those who haven't moved yet and who is at the negotiation table, I stand with you all. I will come to you all and have conversations, because I know it's difficult when you have your historic items and your history in a place where you grow. It is really difficult to move. But I know in the near future we will negotiate and bring those decisions to a completion where you all will be benefiting significantly to enhance your standard of living in another location. So I want to thank all those who accommodated the movement in Crumpton Bay. I want to say I thank you from the depths of my heart. And I speak on behalf of Tobago. They are in a better place, I would say, a new environment. Persons are able to have their own deeds. They could take a mortgage. They could buy a new vehicle. Some of them have some money in the bank. Some of them, based on the family arrangement, they have their own fence and their own gate. And that is development. But I want to speak about the benefits of that airport. Because in the initial stage, I say, I am towing the line. It signifies I was standing with the people, and I'm still standing with the people. All those who made that conscious decision to make room for development. This airport going to benefit us significantly. When you think about the managerial positions, we have bright Tobagonians right here. So don't get tired with the old talk, but managers going to come from abroad. They might have to bring a few based on the operation, but we have bright individuals right here. And we have to start to educate our children, go to school, the lines of study, so you'll be able to benefit from the employment there. When you think about the taxi drivers, with that influx of flight, influx of people into this place, here will be busy. Taxi drivers will have to call on brother and sister to make ends meet, because the kind of traffic you're going to be having, there will not be enough taxi drivers in the airport. Those 10 taxi drivers you see sometimes, when I come off the plane, I say I'll take a taxi today. I could call my partner or my father, but I patronize with them based on the slowness of the place. So when we have the airport terminal building, you have ramp attendants, you have people who making beneball. We could make the beneball and the tambran ball and your nut cake. That going abroad when they go on a plane, when somebody go through duty free. And somebody maybe in Europe or America might like this beneball, and they might want to put it in a supermarket, and then there's a chance, there's an avenue for investment for US dollars. I want to say tonight, you have culinary, you have the foods, the bars going to make people who in the agricultural field, you know how much eggs these hotels would want? Marriott is coming. They kick off the sandals. Dotish, you kick off the sandals. Sandals was a great investment for Tobago. It would have curbed some of the unemployment that we are suffering today. So I want to admonish you all, don't make this Marriott pass us. I travel a lot and I understand what is business, what is generating an income. We want Tobago to be on an upward movement. Our economy must grow through tourism. If we consider ourselves to be a tourist destination, we have to have the infrastructure. So more flights in Tobago is more investment. Agriculture, more cucumbers, more eggs, more lettuce, more peas. And I used to say Bonaccord Crump Point was the home of peas. It was a form where family used to unite on a Friday night. Because when your mother says, sit down there with your bowl of peas, and you sit down there with a bowl of peas, and I sit down here with my bowl of peas, all that we had to shell the peas, because tomorrow morning is stewed peas and dumpling with a piece of salt beef. And we used to live happy. And these are the things that we have to go back into. Investment into agriculture. And I want to say, my stewardship as area representative was challenging. And I want to say tonight, this area that we are seated here, I did some upgrades to the area. We have I will say the wall of fame, where I identified persons who contributed significantly to the development of Bonaccord and Crown Point. We also have the upgrade of the Milford Court Plaza, where we have a change of face. We used to have the area smelling rancid. Now you have an area where you could go and refresh yourself. That is the public convenience. I also participated in social programs. The senior citizens reef tour. I started off with 45 senior citizens when I bought my reef boat. That is before I get into politics. And in 1 year, we reached 120. On the third year, I had to rent 9 reef boats. We carried over 200 senior citizens to the Boko Reef. And when they're in that island pool, if you hear them, are 50 years younger, and if you see them, and this happened under my stewardship. I want to speak about the welcome sign. I welcome you all to PNM Bonaccord Crown Point. I also have another sign, welcome to Crown Point. And that was done out of pocket. I wanted to see it happen, and I couldn't take the time and the frustration, so I do it on my own. I want to see the best for my community. And I want to speak to my contribution in housing. I was able to contribute significantly through, or assist significantly through the grant program. And when I came in, we expended about $6 million in grants. And in the next year, it rose to $11 million in grants. And those are for the upgrade and improvement of your living condition in Tobago. And people are saying we ain't doing nothing. 11 million to Tobagonians who getting 25,000 and then say nothing, who waiting for the next 25,000 and get 50 and then say nothing. All you have to talk and say, this administration has contributed significantly to your development. And in 2018, 2019, I expended $8 million again. And in 2020, 2021, is $10 million in assistance to persons to enhance their lives. I also initiated the outhouse program, where persons who used to use in local parlance the latrine, I call it nice name now, the indoor closet, where persons could stay inside. Your grandmother don't have to walk across no board or blocks to reach the outhouse. And we have an eradication program for Tobagonians. And in our manifesto, you could see, and you're hearing it from the horse's mouth now, because our political leaders spoke about land development. We have a bright future with regards to housing in Tobago. A lot of us will get opportunities to own your own property. And this is something that you have to leave the People's National Movement in position so you all would be able to benefit. And we don't want only PNM people to benefit. It's across the board. So when you're coming and talk about PNM people alone benefiting, let me tell you something. A lot of people who play in opposition, they play in opposition. Because when you're in PNM in power, you're in no opposition again. All of us is one. One love, one unity. And they will come, Mr. Jacob, help me. And I will open my arms, loving arms. The only thing I ain't saying, come yourself, come into your loving arms of the PNM. I assist every one of them without fear and favor. And they ain't saying a word. When they're done, the PNM ain't do nothing. The PNM ain't do this. Come on, people. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. And I'm moving on. I want to wrap up. I got to wrap up fast. We have a HGIP program, a housing development incentive program, and I want to speak a little bit on it. We invited some local developers to develop their land. So all those who have a 5-acre and you don't know what to do to develop it and be a part of the settlements program, whereby we would invite you to come in and give us your plans and your structure, and then we would apply a 25% subsidy. And if your land worth 400,000, so if you have an acre of land, I'm breaking it down for you all. If you have an acre of land and you want to be a part of the program, make sure your land have running water, make sure you have the basic amenities, lights, and roads. And once you have your lots and everything is identified, everything is above board, your land could be sold for 500,000 and less. And if, for say, your land is sold, you want to sell a piece of land for $400,000, the THA will apply a subsidy of 25%. So actually you will be paying $300,000 and the THA will be subsidizing $100,000 for you all and your development. And that is something significant. I initiated that. I had conversation with the Chief Secretary about it and he gave me full approval. And we have a roof restoration program. I had a discussion about restoring the roofs in the east of Tobago. And next thing I see the opposition start to fix roof. But I welcome them. They just assisted us. I welcome them. They had to try to do something. And my plans for the future, I want to go into it quickly. My plans, I'm focusing on youth development. The youth are the future. I want to focus on sports and scholarship. I want to focus not only on academic but skill-based, because when the airport terminal come and the Marriott come, we need masons, we need electricians, we need AC persons, we need people in music, we need bakers, we need chefs. There are opportunities that will embrace us. And talk about agriculture again, we need people to start a plant. We want to block those vehicles that coming in from Trinidad with potato and dasheen from Grenada. We want to get with dasheen from Mason Hall, the blue one, the good one. So we will be able to block and make ourselves good men and women. And let me tell you something. I find too much of mango dropping out in Tobago. Too much of mango and plum. Let me make red mango, package them, put a nice label, and see if we could get to export them. But I had to close because we're working with time. Fishermen. My father was a fisherman. And fishermen, they are important as well. I want to focus on my fishermen. I will ask for advice with regards to how we can cope with them. We have the facility. I had a conversation with the political leader and the chief secretary about having an area where they could boat their boats, pull up their boats, and have a repair done on their boats. And we're looking at Pigeon Point. We had to look at different areas where persons could pull up their boat. Fishermen, we want to make the space a bit more safe. But I could go on and on and on and on all night. But I want to say, why you should choose Clarence Jacob? The evidence is there. The evidence is in front of your face. And I have a team with me in my presence, headed by the political leader, a team that is honest, a team that would lead Tobago to an upward level. So, on the day, the 6th day of December, early in the morning, wake up, say your prayers, brush your teeth, don't even eat. Go up to the polling station. I have breakfast for you all. Leave home hungry belly on the morning of the 6th and go by Bonaccord School. When they give the paper, block out the rest and make sure you line up with the balisé, because we don't want no spoiled ballot this time. And you're going to ram down the X on the balisé. And on the night of the 6th of December, about 9 p.m., all of us will sing lustily, "Great is the people national. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM, and it shall prevail." I
December
thank you.
6th, take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.